It's no secret that after a while, a worn-out engine is likely to burn some oil. But that shouldn't happen in a well-maintained used car for at least 10 years, if ever. Consumer Reports, however, has found that there are several models built within the last decade that are known to burn oil at any mileage. For the most part, automakers fixed or discontinued the problem engines in later model years. But there are still a lot of vehicles on the road and on the used car market that burn excessive oil. If you own one of these cars, you may want to check that oil level more often than you might think. Okay, before we begin, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Now, let's go from bad to worse. Number 10. 2010 to 2013 Mini Cooper. Who doesn't like the sleek styling and handling capability of a Mini Cooper? But it's a bit disheartening to know a common problem with their engine stems from oil loss. Most BMW Mini dealerships sell the vehicles with a disclaimer acknowledging that the engines have potential to burn up to 1 quart of oil every 1,000 miles. According to Consumer Reports, 2010 to 2013 Mini Cooper models equipped with the 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engines are prone to burn oil. A common weak spot on these hot-running turbocharged engines is the valve cover gasket. The valve cover gasket is a rubber composite seal that mates the valve cover to the head of the motor. The gasket can become brittle due to age and heat and result in oil loss as well as an oil leak. CR survey shows 26% of the 2010 model owners reported they were adding at least 1 quart of oil between regular oil changes. A 2013 owner reported, "Car doesn't leak oil, but it burns a lot of it, up to 1 quart in 750 miles. Local service center says that's a known and expected characteristic of this engine. Number 9. 2011 to 2014 Volvo XC70. A handsome and utilitarian wagon of a type not seen much anymore, the XC70 counted good safety features and a decent ride among its attributes. But some of the cars equipped with the 3.0-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder engine burn oil according to CR reliability data. An owner commented, "We bought a new 2012 Volvo XC70 wagon. It only has 6,000 miles on it and the check oil light has gone on 3 times. Each time it has required approximately 1 quart, which the dealer claims is within specs for this engine." Nobody really expects that they'll have to check the engine oil on a short window, and with service intervals so far apart, it's possible that someone could run the oil sump dry and cause major damage to the engine. As per CR survey, 26% of owners reported they had to add oil frequently on their 2012 XC70 with 3-liter turbo engine. Number 8. 2010 to 2013 Acura MDX. Roomy and comfortable with a good ride and handling characteristics, the second generation of Acura's 3-row SUV suffered from oil consumption problems for a few years. About 211,000 Acura vehicles equipped with a 3.7-liter V6 engine were subject to a factory warranty extension of 8 years and 125,000 miles following the lawsuit. But most of those vehicles are out of warranty by now, so keep in mind that according to CR survey, anywhere from 10 to just over 20% of MDX owners complained of oil consumption depending on the model year. As per Acura Service Bulletin, in most cases, you will need to replace the pistons, piston pins, and rings to resolve the oil burning issue on the MDX. Number 7. 2010 to 2013 Chevrolet Equinox and GMC Terrain. Reliability was never these models' strong suit. To make matters worse, some of the 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engines General Motors used in 2010 to 2013 Equinox and Terrain models had a tendency to burn excessive oil. GM already had a generous 5-year 100,000-mile warranty for these SUVs and extended it to 120,000 miles with 10 years in 2010 models and 7.5 years for the 2011 to 2013 models. Even with the extensions, all of these vehicles are now out of warranty. On CR survey, 28% of owners indicated excessive oil usage in 2012 Chevy Equinox or GMC Terrain. So, if you are shopping for one of these used SUVs, make sure the seller has documentation showing it has been fixed. Better yet, consider another model. Number 6. 2011 to 2014 Volvo XC60. As with many Volvos, fit and finish is always good on the XC60, and safety is a high point. But mediocre fuel economy and a tendency among vehicles equipped with a 3.2-liter inline-six engine to burn oil put this model at a disadvantage. CR survey shows 31% of the 2011 model owners reported they were adding at least a quart of oil between regular oil changes. Excessive oil consumption is not considered as a safety concern, so the automakers don't require to recall the models to address the issue. If you suspect your car is burning oil, checking the oil level on a short interval is a good place to start. Before we move on to the next video, if you appreciate all these information being condensed down to this short video, please hit the like button and help YouTube to push this video to many others. Number 5. 2012 to 2013 Subaru Impreza. The Impreza has always been one of the only relatively low-priced cars to offer standard all-wheel drive. Agile handling and good performance in IIHS crash test add to its allure. Unfortunately, it is plagued by subpar reliability, and its naturally aspirated 2-liter flat-4 engine has propensity for oil consumption. Subaru extended the factory warranty to 5 years, 100,000 miles in certain models, but all of the affected Imprezas will now be out of warranty. 2012 model year had the highest percentage of oil burn or oil leak complaints. 28% of owners reported adding extra oil to their Impreza. Number 4. 2010 to 2012 Audi S4. Buying a used Audi, especially one that's a decade or more old, can be fraught with consequences due to the worse-than-average reliability and higher-than-average repair cost. The tendency of the supercharged 3-liter V6 engine in sporty S4 models to burn oil is just one more reason to buy something else. Audi issued a technical service bulletin related to this problem, and the automaker urges anyone experiencing the problem to contact the dealer. 48% of owners indicated excessive oil usage in 2011 Audi S4 on CR survey. If you don't want the headache of checking oil every other week, steer clear of these vehicles in the used car market. Number 3. 2010 to 2015 Subaru Forester, Outback and Legacy. Although both the Forester and the Outback offer roomy interiors, standard all-wheel drive, and good crash test results, many Subarus of this era had problems with head gasket failure. According to CR reliability data, oil consumption is another potential problem you could face if you buy a used Subaru with a 2.5-liter flat-4 engine. Over 20% of owners reported they checked the vehicle's dipstick and add a quart of oil every 1,000 to 2,000 miles on their 2010 to 2015 Subaru models equipped with the 2.5-liter flat-4 engine. In the wake of an oil consumption class action lawsuit, the carmaker extended the factory warranty on some models to 8 years or 100,000 miles. Number 2. 2010 to 2015 Audi Q5. Although reliability is mediocre, the Q5 is fun to drive and has a quiet, luxurious interior, but those high points are compromised by middling reliability and a propensity for oil burning among both available engines, the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and the 3-liter supercharged V6. Although Audi issued a technical service bulletin aimed at fixing the problem, you may be better off buying something reliable that doesn't require scrutinizing its service history to determine whether or not a particular car has been repaired to fix an oil consumption problem. To put things in perspective, CR data shows 48% of the 2011 Q5 with 3-liter V6 owners reported they were adding at least a quart of oil between regular oil changes. Number 1. 2012 to 2019 BMW M5. The BMW 5 Series does many things well. It's luxurious and comfortable, it's powerful, and has a taut, sporty handling. The M5 kicks up performance and handling a few notches, making it hard to beat as a family-friendly driver's car. Unfortunately, the twin-turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 that is part of what makes this car so fun to drive is a double-edged sword. In CR's reliability survey, this engine was the worst oil burner on the list, generating a higher concentration of complaints from consumers than any other engine. For the 2012 to 2015 model years, for example, more than half of CR survey's respondents reported oil consumption issues, which is disturbing in a car that cost about $90,000 when new. Although complaints became less frequent over the years, BMW was never able to fully fix this problem, and Consumer Reports data shows that oil consumption was an issue in the 4.4-liter V8 as late as 2019. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you on the next one.